Hello and good evening. You are watching Newsplus right here on CTN Prime. Thank you so much for making the time and for joining us. My name is Faith Nyaude. A quick look at stories that are making the headlines tonight. Government has approved a major reduction in business licensing fees, including slashing the liquor license application fee to $20 across all sectors as part of ongoing efforts to ease the cost of doing business and drive economic growth. Stay tuned for updates and further details on some of the decisions that were made by the Cabinet today. We take a look at Harare's water supply situation amid revelations that the city is losing over 60% of treated water due to leaks, burst pipes, and illegal connections. This year's Grade 7 examinations concluded on Monday with no major incidents reported, and authorities say they are targeting to release the results by November of this year. And later on in sport, the Zimbabwe senior men's football held their Day 2 training in Durban with only a handful of players yet to report for duty. Our top story this evening, government has approved the removal of high levies and fees for wholesale and selected major retail subsectors to increase competitiveness, enhancing growth of the economy. Now, the approval is in line with the Cabinet decision of July 29, which approved the implementation of a raft of business reforms in 12 sectors of the economy.
Speaking during Tuesday's post-cabinet media briefing, Information Minister Dr. Jennifer Msore said the review of levies and fees will be on selected major retail subsectors, comprising supermarkets, groceries, meat and retail shops products. The major highlight is the slashing of the liquor license application fee to $20 across all sectors. This will be a major relief for liquor wholesalers who are currently coughing out $1,080 for the license. The review of the license is part of the ongoing efforts to ease the cost of doing business and drive economic growth.
Cabinet approved the following selected reviews. The liquor license application fee is to be reduced to United States dollars, $20 across all sectors. This is a reduction which is very huge. For example, from United States dollars 1,080 for the wholesale city application. The Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe, MCAS, permit to sell veterinary products pegged at United States dollars 200 is to be totally removed. The local authority bakery license of United States dollars 703 is to be totally removed, and the capping of thresholds of fees for all local authorities for uniformity. The reviewed licenses, permits and fees will be subjected to further refinements, and the appropriate schedule shall be duly gazetted.
The reviewing of licenses and fees across different sectors is expected to enhance the ease of doing business in the country. Responding to questions, Finance Minister Professor Mthuli Ncube said government needs to continue reviewing fees in line with set targets to grow the economy.
As government, our analysis shows that the impact will be positive in terms of the profitability of some of the businesses. We will see improved profitability and therefore improved growth in these businesses. And secondly, you will see improved compliance with the law going forward, because it's clear that some businesses are surviving because they're not compliant, they're avoiding being compliant. And once they're compliant, actually, you see government even earning, overall, even these local authorities earning more than is currently the case.
The post-cabinet media briefing also touched on agriculture, where it revealed that a total of 28.7 million kilograms of cotton have been sold to 6 contractors since the cotton marketing season started, reflecting a 108% increase above the volume marketed at the same time last year. Similarly, tobacco sales have reached a record 354.8 million kilograms, valued at over 1.5 billion.
Meanwhile, a total of 28.7 million kilograms of cotton has been sold to contractors since the cotton marketing season started on the 24th of July 2025. This reflects a 108% increase above the volume marketed at the same time last year. Similarly, as at the 2nd of October 2025, tobacco sales have reached a record 354.8 million kilograms, valued at United States dollars 1.1 billion. Tobacco seed sales are 13% firmer compared to the same time in 2024, which augurs well for attaining the 2025-2026 production target of 360 million kilograms.
Responding to questions from journalists, Agriculture Minister Dr. Enshas Masuka said government reassures farmers that there is enough manpower.
Concept has always been, let's produce what is suited to the agroecological zone. And so we call it agroecological tailoring of crops. And we've seen this work so well that we have a record 634,000 metric tons of traditional grains.
Government also considered and approved the 5 miles Hwange Industrial Park, a 235 megawatts coal power plant targeting to produce 500,000 metric tons annually. Minister Mskwere said the plant is an integrated industrial project in Hwange District, Matabeleland Province. The project is run by Zhongjing Heli Energy.
To date, the company is an installed capacity of 100 megawatts, which is already feeding into the national grid. Coke production of 250,000 metric tons per year and cement production of 100,000 tons per year.
These were some of the major highlights from today's post-cabinet media briefing. Cabinet, the country's major decision-making unit, is expected to meet again next Tuesday for more deliberation towards shaping the country's future. Reporting for ZN Prime, I'm Latu Nyangu in Harare.
Turn our attention to the issues of service delivery in the capital. Harare is losing over 60% of its treated water before it reaches the residents. The losses are caused by old pipes, leaks, and illegal connections. Now, city officials say the refurbishment of Morton Jaffrey water treatment plant and the rollout of prepaid water meters will help fix this problem. Talent Gore has more on this.
Every day, the city of Harare produces about 303 megaliters of treated water, but more than half of it never reaches its intended destination. The water is lost through leaks, bursts, and illegal connections, a problem council says it is now ready to fix.
Harare's water system was built in the 1960s when the city had far fewer people. Today, the population has grown, but the infrastructure has not kept up. The city needs at least 800 megaliters a day, but produces less than half of that. To deal with the crisis, the Harare City Council is embarking on a public-private partnership to refurbish the Morton Jaffrey water treatment plant. Government has also disbursed 9.8 million towards the refurbishment of water pumps at Morton Jaffrey and Warren Control. The upgrade is expected to boost production, improve water quality, and reduce system losses. Harare Mayor Jacob Mafume also announced that prepaid water meters will soon be introduced to reduce non-revenue water losses, currently estimated at 60%.
Currently, non-revenue water is sitting at 60%. So it means that for every dollar that we are getting out there, we are losing 60 cents of the dollar and only recouping 40 cents. So we need to reduce that non-revenue water. The internationally accepted standard is around 95%, so that you just have 5% non-revenue and 95% has to be the revenue water.
We are at Morton Jaffrey Waterworks, where new water pumps are being installed to ensure that Harare residents get a safer and clean water to drink. The Harare City Council and other public-private partnerships, they are ensuring that Harare residents get safer and cleaner water to drink.
Minister for Provincial Affairs and Devolution for Harare Province, Charles Tavengwa, says the project will help restore reliable water supply across the capital.
And I'm glad and I'm happy that since I came here, now the pipes, the major pumps are now down in the tunnel. They are now being mounted in the tunnel. And I'm told that this project will be completed within the next 2 months, which will increase the water supply from 320 megaliters per day to about 520, which is a great improvement.
The minister's sentiments have been echoed by the mayor, who highlighted that the program marks a turning point in efforts to restore confidence in Harare's public utilities after years of deteriorating infrastructure.
We have been able to get some kilometers of pipeline to repair the pipes. We have been able to get vehicles to attend to the maintenance, to the wear and tear. So this is very critical for a continuous and reliable supply of water, and also to reduce the cost of producing the water itself. And without this major recapitalization, it won't be possible, and we might get into a worse situation than what we are now.
Residents have welcomed the efforts, but want the process to be sped up. They need to see action. For them, they hope that the upgrade and new systems will bring lasting relief to communities that have endured years of dry taps.
kuita magetsi zvokuti paaperera wobva waita sei, pawaperera wobva waita sei, wobva watenga. Saka zvakangofananawo nemvura iyoyi, kuti payapererawo mari yako woita sei, haizoita kuti tivarairwe stereki kunyanya pamabhiuzi ayayi. Ndona iri pfungwa yakaita sei, yakanaka. Vachizokwanisawo here kuti wanisa mvura yacho, nekuti mazuva ano mvura iri kunetsa.
As Harare battles aging pipes and high water losses, the refurbishment of Morton Jeffrey and the rollout of prepaid motor meters are seen as key steps towards a more reliable water system. Reporting for ZTN Prime, I am Talent Gore at Morton Jeffrey Waterworks.
Now, some education matters. The grade 7 examinations have officially concluded across the country, with minimum disruptions being reported. In Manicaland, a wrong question paper was briefly opened but not distributed. Meanwhile, ZIMSEC says preparations for the O and A-level exams are now in full swing. Our reporter Tafara Svochiwe has more in this report.
A sigh of relief and celebration filled classrooms as over 417,000 grade 7 learners penned their final papers, marking the end of a journey that began 7 years ago. For many, it was a period of nerves, prayers and determination, and today, relief. Teachers smiled proudly, parents exchanged hugs outside school gates, and pupils beamed with confidence of finishing strong. Despite the high stakes, the examinations ended largely without incident. In Manicaland, a brief scare emerged when the wrong question paper was prematurely opened, but authorities quickly intervened before it could reach any candidates.
So a question paper that was meant to be written on Monday, they opened it on Friday. However, this was contained because due to the diligence of the examinations committee, and unlike what was widely reported, the question paper was not distributed to candidates, so it was perfectly contained and secure.
With the session now complete, ZIMSEC is turning its focus to marking and moderation, targeting a November release date, an earlier timeline designed to help families plan for Form 1 enrollment before the year closes. Already, preparations are in full swing for the next wave of national exams, with thousands of candidates across the country set to sit for their O and A levels in the coming weeks.
As ZIMSEC, we are prepared. We are at an advanced stage of preparations, ready to distribute the question papers to the various centres across the country. So yeah, we're looking forward to starting. Our exam will start on Monday the 13th, which ordinary level will be writing Maths Paper 1 and English Paper 1 in the afternoon, and the advanced level will be writing History Paper 1 and Agriculture Engineering in the afternoon.
Last year's grade 7 pass rate climbed to 49%, up from 45.8% in 2023. A notable improvement ZIMSEC credits to strengthened curriculum delivery, a trend expected to continue in this year's outcome.
You recall that since 2016, we've been reviewing the curriculum, and every other term we were updating it. We called it a new curriculum, updated curriculum. Now we are on the heritage base. We think that now we are there. And the teachers are now getting used to the content material of the heritage curriculum. And for that reason, they are now teaching that which is quite expected.
While the teaching community remains optimistic, Zimbabwe Teachers Association, ZIMTA, says improved teacher welfare remains a crucial pillar for better outcomes.
If the teachers are well remunerated and they are not doing side hustles and they are putting all their time on teaching, you will then find that even the results will be much, much better, because they will then devote all their time in assisting learners.
As the dust settles on the 2025 Grade 7 exams, the spotlight now shifts to O and A-level candidates and to ZIMSEC's mission to deliver a transparent, efficient and credible examination process. For the class of 2025, the waiting game begins. A season of hope, anticipation and dreams taking shape. Tavares Buchiwe for ZTN Prime.
We now have Wadanaisa Sole on standby with a breakdown of pass rates in the Grade 7 results over the past few years. Wadza, good evening.
Thank you and good evening, Faith. We're just going to be taking a look at the past results for the Grade 7 examinations over the past several years, seeing that exam season is officially over for the Grade 7s. And just to note that the candidates for the ZIMSEC's Grade 7 examinations increased by 5% from 2020, where it was 327,599 to almost 400,000 this year. And in 2019, the pass rate was at 46.9%. We'll see that in 2020, it dropped to 37.11%. And this was obviously, of course, due to COVID and all the homeschooling that was happening and all the learning issues that were affected because of COVID. And then we'll get straight to 2022, where it was pegged at 40.9%. And in 2023, it was put at 54.57%. Taking us now to 2024, and it was at 49.1%. Now, we'll just wait and see what we will have in 2025. But if you break it down in gender, you'll see that the pass rate was not so consistent because the girls tend to outperform the boys. And in 2024, the pass rate for girls was 53.68% compared to 43.99% for boys. And this disparity is worth exploring further, as it may indicate areas where boys may need additional support. And then there's also the issue of regional disparities, and seeing that the government has initiatives in place to set a target to achieve nearly 100% national pass rate by 2030. We shall be following how this goes and how they're actually planning on achieving this goal. Back to you, Faith.
Wadanaisa, thank you so much for that breakdown. Like you did say, we will be waiting it out alongside the Grade 7s as we wait for those results to be published. We are now taking a quick break. Newsplus comes back shortly. Stay with us.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
Welcome back. You are still watching Newsplus. Now we come back with some path-breaking news. Diversified Media Groups in Papers Limited says the secret to brand longevity lies in continuous marketing, even for household names that dominate their markets. The call comes as Zimpapers joins hands with Delta Beverages under their Share a Coke campaign, a creative collaboration showcasing the power of consistent visibility and audience engagement.
In a world where competition never sleeps, Zimpapers Limited says the brands that stays ahead are those that never stop telling their story. The Diversified Media Group has once again teamed up with Delta Beverages, this time under the Share a Coke campaign, a celebration of connection, creativity and continuity.
Delta is one of our top partners. We do business with them across all our platforms, including our printing and packaging company, Nutprint. We do labels for them. They've been supporting us for so many years, And today we're excited to receive this personalized branded Coke, which really connects with us.
For Delta Beverages, the partnership is more than a corporate handshake. It's a strategic alliance that amplifies the brand's voice across print, digital, and broadcast platforms, reaching millions of Zimbabweans every day.
What we really like about Zim Papers is that you've got a wide range of media that we can channel our communication with. You've got the online pages that you own, we've got the print media as well, and you also do have electronic media. And these channels have really helped us to push our brand campaigns as a company.
And the results are clear. The Share a Coke campaign is striking a chord with consumers across the country, sparking smiles, selfies, and shared memories, one bottle at a time.
Talking to the Share a Coke campaign, again, it's about enjoying our beverages with others, connecting with friends and family by having a personalized name written on a Coca-Cola product. And you do not just buy a product with your own name. You can buy a product that has a name of your child, of your mother.
From boardrooms to billboards, the partnership between Zim Papers and Delta is a testament to how innovation and consistency keep brands not just visible, but unforgettable. Hannah Mapisire for ZTN Prime in Harare.
The budget presentation for 2026 is almost upon us, and the Bulawayo City Council has presented a $222.7 million budget, maintaining the same level as this year and sparing residents from rate increases.
The Bulawayo City Council says the 2026 financial plan was shaped by residents after wide consultations across the city. Finance and Economic Development Committee Chairperson Dumisani Nkomo says the budget maintains stability while targeting critical service delivery areas.
This proposed budget, Your Worship, is responding to various issues raised by stakeholders through the consultative process. Key issues raised include the need for improvement in water supply hours, properly managing the sanitary landfill, controlling pollution, prioritization of enforcement of regulations, decisive rectification of the proliferation of illegal activities in the city.
He says the proposed $224.7 million budget seeks to consolidate previous gains, strengthen sustainability, and address service delivery without introducing new financial burdens on ratepayers. Under the plan, recurrent expenditure is pegged at $157.4 million United States dollars, while capital projects take $67.2 million. Salaries will consume the largest share at nearly $81 million United States dollars, followed by general expenses at $55.5 million.
In order to treat the water to acceptable standards, Council used chemicals as shown in the table below. This is a list of the chemicals that have to be used. So there's a huge cost to water treatment.
The water and sanitation sector is allocated $70.3 million United States dollars to improve supply reliability, pumping capacity, and effluent management.
Council operates 7 clear and raw water reservoirs with a carrying capacity of 1.8 million megaliters as shown on the table below. This year, Council struggled to maintain minimum water levels, reservoir levels, due to equipment breakdown and power outages caused by criminal activities and load shedding.
The mayor said capital projects would be supported through Zinara allocations, devolution funds, partnerships, and other revenue streams.
We ask that if there are any individuals or organizations who object to what we have resolved today, that they come forward in good faith as a matter of urgency. We are a listening council. We have competent professionals represented by the Director of Finance who want to act in the best interests of this city. We are not obstructive and I stress that we will act in good faith. We want to work very closely with central government.
The representatives from central government recommended that council reflects the general GDP of the province, agriculture and inflation effects in their presentation.
For your budget, you did talk about inflation, but probably it would have made more value if you were going to talk about the GDP of the province. What is the GDP of the province? These statistics are available with the Zimstats, the growth rate. Recently we have them, and you can also equally project to have a picture of the performance of the economy, and also an assessment of the effect of agriculture. Agriculture did fairly well last year, but its impact on an economy like urban is not as it should be for the rural.
Council says the focus remains on sustainability and improved service delivery without passing extra costs on to ratepayers.
The Bulawayo City Council has proposed a 226 million United States dollar budget for 2026, with a capital budget of just above 67 million United States dollars. Chairperson of the Finance and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Dumisani Nkomo, said that most of the budget this year is going to go towards water, sanitation and hygiene, with health financing expected to be at 4 million United States dollars. He said that council residents are not going to pay more in 2025 for rates. However, council has proposed a $1 water levy as well as a $1 United States dollar roads levy, which residents are going to be paying. And he said that he proposes that this fund be ring-fenced so that it all goes towards water and roads infrastructure projects in 2026. For ZTN Prime, I'm Andile Chuma at the municipal buildings in Bulawayo.
Now, in other news, two women, including a sister to the notorious Vumbunu brothers linked to the $4 million EcoBank heist, have appeared in the Bulawayo Regional Court, facing robbery charges involving $36,000. Sekai Vumbunu and Florence Chisiri were remanded in custody to the 20th of October by Magistrate Luke Ngube. The duo, represented by Tashaya Law Chambers, is accused of taking part in robberies at a bureau de change and a city restaurant. Police say the arrests follow the capture of two alleged accomplices who implicated them. The case has reignited public interest in the Vumbunu family, whose members have been linked to major heists and armed robberies dating back decades. Our correspondent Andile Chuma joins us with more details.
Well, good evening, and thank you very much. Two women have appeared in court facing robbery charges of 36,000 United States dollars. The accused are Sekai Vumbunu and Florence Chisiri, who appeared before Bulawayo Regional Magistrate Mr. Luke Ngube yesterday. Now, Sekai Vumbunu is the sister to two terror twins. They've been dubbed as terror twins, the Vumbunu twin brothers, who are implicated in the 4 million United States robbery case that happened at the EcoBank branch in Bulawayo in October 2024. So this has raised a lot of interest in this family, which has been dubbed as the crime family, with police sources saying that their criminal history dates back to the mid-1990s, and some of the family members have been in and around out of prison, with one of the twins having been released after serving a 14-year jail term, and is also being suspected to have been part of the syndicate that planned the EcoBank $4 million robbery barely 2 weeks after his release from prison.
Andile Chuma, Bulawayo correspondent, with those details. The story is still ongoing. We shall be giving you details as and when they do emerge. Mashonaland East Province is making significant strides in the fight to end drug and substance abuse across the province. The Provincial Affairs and Devolution Ministry for Mashonaland East said they have identified several places and they will soon undergo transformation to accommodate those who will go under the rehabilitation process. Government officials from the province visited several sites in Mutoko and Murewa, which can be converted into community rehabilitation centers.
Why we are here is we are here to come and inspect and also monitor the status of the rehabilitation center, what needs to be done quickly, our quick fix, and also that we're also looking at the roads. In doing so, we are looking at the physical security defense, we are looking at water, we are looking at ZESA, we are also looking at the suitability of the site or the venue or the center. And we are very happy for the three. They are out of the community, they are here, and it used to be a youth center, as well as the Taburina, it used to be a secondary school. So we are happy. We are on our way to the other two more rehabilitation centers. And once we are done, we are ready to go and ensure the places are fixed. And our people, the youngsters, and everyone else who is affected.
You are watching Newsplus. We'll be back shortly.
Got some questions about Showmax? Well, we've got the answers. What is Showmax? Showmax is not a TV channel. It's a streaming service with tons of hit series, movies, and more. Plus, Premier League live on mobile. Just pick what you want and hit play. No schedule or airing times. With Showmax, you watch what you want, when you want, and where you want. For any other queries, find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, or TikTok.
Now we give you a quick look at news from beyond our borders. Nigeria now stands as the country with the world's lowest life expectancy, according to the UN Nation data for 2025, which confirms a national average of just 54.9 years. Now, this statistic, highlighted in the latest UN Global Health Report, places Nigeria behind every other country in the world. The numbers show that men in Nigeria live an average of 54.3 years, while women reach 54.9, each figure far below Africa's continental average and less than 3/4 of the global benchmark of 73.7 years. Now, for comparison, Chad and the Central African Republic barely surpassed Nigeria with life expectancies of 55.2 and 57.7 years, respectively. U.S. President Donald Trump is considering admitting far fewer refugees into the U.S. this year, as few as 7,500, and mostly white South Africans, a dramatic new low as the administration is conducting sweeping immigration raids as part of its mass deportation agenda. The decreased numbers of refugees would be a stark departure from the higher figures traditionally allowed to get into the United States. Now, the Biden administration last year had set a target of 125,000 refugee admissions, and now Trump's administration tends to cut that down by more than half. The World Bank says sub-Saharan African economies are expected to grow by a faster 3.8% rate this year. This is due to receding price inflation. Now, back in April, this institution had forecast an initial 3.5% growth for the region in 2025. In its biannual Africa's Pulse report, the bank said that this upgrade was due to low inflation as well as improved foreign trade. The region's median inflation rate declined to 4.5% in 2024, and the bank did predict that it should stabilize between 3.9% and 4% annually by the year 2026. Growth in sub-Saharan Africa is also expected to accelerate to reach an annual average of 4.4% in the next 2 years. Now, still beyond our borders in France, the outgoing Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu says he will hold final negotiations with other political parties from Tuesday to Wednesday to try and maintain the country's stability. Lecornu resigned early on Monday after less than a month since he got into office, making him the shortest-serving Prime Minister of France's Fifth Republic. Meanwhile, analysts say that the outgoing French Prime Minister made a beginner's mistake that triggered political backlash and led to his resignation. French President Emmanuel Macron now faces renewed pressure to appoint a new premier amid deep-rooted structural challenges.
He had started negotiating what he would like with the budget before he had formed his government. And this ended up being a problem of sequence because no sooner had he named the members of his government, then there was a dispute with the center-right party. It was really a beginner's mistake. And then he resigned, and the communique that comes out is one sentence: he resigned, and the president accepted it. So Macron made no effort to negotiate that he remained. And I think now, in my view, Macron is trying to choose a new prime minister.
And now we take a look at some business news.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
Harare, tune into the beat.
Capitalk 100.4 FM, your source for news, business, sports, fashion, and more.
Experience the pulse of Harare's culture and lifestyle.
Capitalk 100.4 FM, Harare's top radio station.
Join the conversation with Zimbabwe's top personalities.
Subscribe now for fresh and infotainment content daily.
Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's heartbeat.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at some business news. The stage is set for the Mining, Engineering and Transport Expo, Mine Entra 2025, which kicks off on Wednesday at the Zimbabwe International Conference and Exhibition Smart City in Blayo. The exhibition will run concurrently with the Africa Infrastructure and Built Environment Conference and Expo, AfriConfex 2025. That's from the 8th up until the 10th of October.
More than 240 direct exhibitors are expected to take part at this year's edition of the Mining, Engineering and Transport Expo, as well as the AfriConfex, including 14 international exhibitors from China, India, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. ZITF Board Chairperson Dr. Busisa Moyo says preparations are well underway, with exhibitors putting up final touches at their pavilions. He said exhibitors are almost done setting up their stands, bringing in equipment and furniture as the city prepares to welcome both local and international participants for this year's Mine Entra and AfriConfex Expos.
The city of Bulawayo is in a peak state of preparedness with various stakeholders in the hospitality, transport and utility and emergency services sector, having assured us their readiness to welcome the influx of regional and international delegates. The dual events have attracted significant participation with 240 exhibitors expected to participate in the show. This figure includes 16 international direct exhibitors representing 4 countries, the People's Republic of China, India, South Africa, and the United Kingdom.
He said that 2 expos will showcase a wide range of sectors, from heavy equipment suppliers and engineering firms to financiers, researchers and policymakers.
On Thursday, the 9th of October, the highlight of the expo is the Mine Entra Conference and official opening ceremony scheduled for 9 October. The conference will commence with the Mining Industry Suppliers Forum, spearheaded by the Chamber of Mines of Zimbabwe. After this forum, there will be a seminar on ESG and sustainability in the mining industry that will feature keynote speakers and panelists from the mining industry and associated industries. We expect the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, to officially open the exhibition and conference, accompanied by the Minister of Mines and Mining Development, Honorable Winston Chitanda.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa is expected to officially open Mine Entra on Thursday, while the Minister of Transport and Infrastructure Development, Felix Mona, will open the AfriConfex conference tomorrow. This year's Mine Entra runs under the theme Beyond Extraction, Sustaining the Future of Mining, while AfriConfex is themed Smart Moves, Powering Zimbabwe's Infrastructure Evolution. The exhibitions are expected to attract hundreds of delegates, foster cross-sectoral collaboration and explore innovative solutions for Zimbabwe's mining and infrastructure development. For ZTN Prime, I'm Andile Chuma in Bulawayo.
The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has applauded ZB Bank for achieving a major global milestone, becoming the first local financial institution to be recognized for its commitment to sustainable banking. As the world now moves towards responsible finance, Zimbabwe is stepping up. Evan Mabunda reports.
ZB Bank has etched its name into the history books, attaining the Sustainable Standard Certification Initiative, the SSCI, conferred by the European Organization for Sustainable Development. The certification positions ZB Financial Holdings at the forefront of sustainable finance, aligning Zimbabwe's financial services with global best practices and responsible banking standards. ZB Group CEO Shepard Fungura told stakeholders in Harare that the recognition reaffirms the institution's drive to do business with purpose, creating value for people, the planet, and profit, the 3 pillars at the heart of the SSCI framework.
We have been certified as a nation, I'll begin from that point, to say that the manner in which we want to conduct business is meeting the standards that indeed at international level would stake us up with those who run businesses on a sustainability basis.
The SSCI goes beyond profitability. It demands a deep commitment to ethical conduct, social impact, and environmental stewardship. It aligns closely with environmental, social, and governance principles and directly supports the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Deputy Reserve Bank Governor Dr. Jessamine Chipika hailed the achievements as a breakthrough for Zimbabwe's financial services sector.
The overarching things that attracted us as your central bank to go there and recommend it to the financial sector is what I have just read to say. We are looking for the renewal of the financial sector in the country because a lot of threats are around and we can easily lose some of our banks.
She revealed that the central bank has directed all financial institutions to work towards the same certification, ensuring the entire sector embraces sustainability as a core value.
So far, out of our 19 big banks in the country, 15 of them are already enrolled on the SSCI. Because we want the whole financial sector to be moving together to bring up the country. And we have 3 smaller ones. So all together now 18, Mrs. Ndoro? Yes.
A key element of SSCI is the definition of high impact goals, bold, measurable commitments tied to both the UN SDGs and Zimbabwe's National Development Agenda.
Whatever we're going to be doing should support national development. But obviously, the SDGs, which are derived from the United Nations, will also be on the lookout for them.
With ZB Bank leading the charge and 17 other institutions following suit, Zimbabwe's financial sector is turning a new leaf, one where profit meets purpose. As the world banks on sustainability, so does Zimbabwe. From Harare, Iben Mabunda, ZTM Prime.
And now for some entertainment news.
Didn't graduate. I guess I blew it.
You couldn't advise him anything. He would just look at you and say, so who do you think you are?
We were just like really spoiled.
And then they just give me the receipt and I'd pay.
The guy walks in one day and then he says that he wants to make a movie.
He was blowing the money.
There was just like this habit that he had where as soon as he got money, it was gone.
I just didn't have the skills or the experience.
This money, I could see it disappear so fast.
It's a big one for the entertainment scene. Excitement is building up as Zimbabwe prepares to host some of the biggest names in global music circles at the upcoming Karuma Music Festival 2025 that is set for this Saturday. Jamaican superstar Christopher Martin and USA-based Zimbabwean artist Gillian King have arrived in the country and have been welcomed by fans at the Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport. Another Jamaican superstar, Busy Signal, is also expected to arrive tomorrow. They will share the stage with some local stars, including Alec Macheso and Dwinky D.
First time in the country in 6 years. Yeah. Amazing. We're going to have so much fun. It's going to be the first time me performing all of the hits that we did. So I'm so grateful. I thank God for the support and for your love. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Like I just said, this weekend seems to be quite busy because gospel musician Tatenda Mahaji is also set to launch his album titled Renewed on Friday, the 10th of October at the 7 Hours Theatre in Harare. Now, speaking ahead of this big night, Mahaji said preparations were in their final stages, that everything was in place to deliver a night of worship and prayer that audiences will definitely remember.
The Renewed album launch, which will be my 5th album. It's going to be an epic night of praise and worship. It's going to be a night of music, excitement. We are going to have from South Africa, Dr. Winnie Mashaba will be there performing as well. We are also going to have Babana Mai Charamba. We have Sebastian Magacha, we have Kudam Trene, we have Prince Chiguida. We've got also King David coming in as well. So it's going to be a great night. And many of the artists who are coming in to provide entertainment on the night. Renewed album launch, from the name Renewed, Renewed, it means something that is being made new again. Maybe it's old, now things have changed, something is being made old again. It's derived in the Bible when it say, when a man is born again, all things pass away, it becomes a new creation. So it's an album of redemption, of revival. It's an album that brings people to forget about what has happened before, things that have done wrong in your life. You still got a chance.
Another big one for all the gospel lovers, gospel musician Snatch has arrived in the country ahead of a performance at the 3-day Benny Hinn Healing Crusade that is scheduled for the 10th to the 12th of October in Harare. The forthcoming crusade will be hosted by Heartfelt International Ministries in Ashton Park. Now, speaking after her arrival, Snatch promised worshipful moments, inviting Zimbabweans to come out in their numbers.
If you just want to say, I love the Lord and I want to experience Him in a deeper level, this is your time. This is your moment. And if you say, I just want to worship with other believers, it's going to be a time of worship, a time of the Word, and a time of miracles. So come expectant, and the Lord is going to touch you in a special way.
Now for some sporting action.
They call me Racer X, or in this case, Racer J.
Put your seatbelt on.
Catch exclusive interviews every weekday for candid, exciting, and thought-provoking conversations with your host, Erika Ndoro.
We talk about arts, we can talk about sports, we can even talk about politics, and sometimes we venture into a nice guitaristic play.
The one story where you can't get out of your head. So Erika, like where you're sitting. Better faces, so personal music Afro music
and I'm sure they're still saying the same thing now.
Yeah, so Shona kana kuti chindevere kana mumwe mutaure muno muZimbabwe ndiwe iwewe ndiwo rupawo rwako ndicho chidadiso chako.
Catch me, Erika Ndoro, right here on ZTN Prime every single Monday at 7 p.m. whilst we get exclusive.
Dental checkups, experiments, games.
The mixture is making bubbles and the bubbles have changed color. Our balloon has been filled by carbon dioxide.
We have it all right here on Happy Sprouts. Catch us exclusively on ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294.
And in football, we start off with some football, rather. In sport, we start off with some football. The Zimbabwe senior men's football held their Day 2 training in Durban with only a handful of players yet to report for duty. Head coach Michael Nees called on the Warriors fans to come in their numbers and rally behind their side as they host neighbor South Africa this Friday.
Like it was in March, they must come in numbers, as many as possible. The stadium sure will be packed. The majority will be South Africans. That's in the nature of the things because we play in Durban. But they must come in numbers, buy the tickets in time, and all the others in supporters who cannot come to the match and who are in Zimbabwe or anywhere else. We must rally behind us, support us, and we feel it, and we want to give the best for the match.
Nees called on his charges to be tactically disciplined when they face South Africa. The Warriors will be using the remaining 2 days to plan.
We must be tactically disciplined and applying the right strategy. The players must apply the right strategy. Very important will be the Wednesday sessions. The Wednesday session and of course the match day -1 session. Then we have all the players in a proper state on board. That's 2 sessions where we can work on our strategy, on our tactical aspects, and they will be very important, these 2 sessions. And the rest will be also, it's very important in national team level that analysis and instructions are transferred by the players into actions. You cannot train a whole week with the full squad for a match. You have 2 sessions. You have and the analysis and the theoretical sessions are equally important.
Now, some good news for cricket fans. Zimbabwe opener Brian Bennett has been nominated for the International Cricket Council Men's Player of the Month of September award, together with the Indian duo of Abhishek Sharma and Kuldeep Yadav. Bennett was in exceptional touch throughout September, scoring 497 runs in 90 20-eyes at an average of 55.22 and a strike rate of 165.66. Now, after topping the charts in a series against Sri Lanka and Namibia, he carried his form into the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Africa Regional Final, scoring 72, 65 and 111 in his first 3 innings. The 21-year-old's consistency with the bat and clean hitting was vital as Zimbabwe did secure qualification for the 2026 T20 World Cup. All the best to that. Now, all this set for this year's edition of the Pink October Volleyball Tournament that is set for the University of Zimbabwe grounds this weekend. The 2-day tournament, which is aimed at raising cancer awareness, will run for 2 days with 14 professional clubs expected to take part, including 13 social clubs. We're now joined by Harare Metropolitan Volleyball Association Chairman Clements Muziva. Clements, good evening and thank you so much for joining us. The festival is growing with time. What makes this year's edition quite different from the ones that have been held before?
This year's tournament is bigger and better from the last year's tournament. Last year's tournament we had only the Harare Volleyball Premier Volleyball League professional clubs only participating in this tournament. This year we've added our affiliate league, the Social Awareness Volleyball League, including some other teams from schools and other volleyball associations across the country. So we've got teams that have confirmed to come. On the social side, we're going to have 13 teams. We're expecting more to confirm. On the professional side, we've got 14 teams. So we'll be having 2 categories of the competition during the weekend. The professional side are battling it out on their own, and then the social teams also battling out on their own.
Clements, how important is this year's edition of the Pinktober Volleyball Festival?
This is a very important event for us. Its purpose and the power that it has amongst the athletes in our volleyball fraternity. It draws attention to this issue of breast cancer. So at the end of the day, what we want to achieve is to bring awareness, educate the players and other affiliate institutions that are associated with volleyball. So we are going to bring in cancer survivors. We're going to bring in those who are in the medical field dealing with cancer, and any other organization that has got an interest in cancer issues, not only breast cancer.
Well, Clements, thank you so much for that update as we play for breast cancer awareness. That's all we had for you on Newsplus this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Faith Nyaude. We leave you with the weather forecast. Good evening and enjoy the rest of your viewing.